We've been talking about how VW has affected our markets, about the huge losses today. The National Union of Mineworkers now says 22,000 mine workers in the country face layoff. The figure has doubled from a month ago, despite a recent pact mining companies have signed with unions and the government to do their utmost to avoid job losses. Well, to discuss, we're now joined by NUM's General Secretary, David Sipunzi. Thank you for joining us, David.
Thank you, Francis.
So how do you come up with this figure that's now doubled?
Well, these are the figures that we get from our regions on a regular basis. They tend to fluctuate. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down, because after the issuing of Section 189 that a company A is going to retrench, say, 5,000 workers, maybe they change their plans after discovering that a portion of the mine that they intended to close is not going to be closed anymore. So the figure goes down. But it happens that it has doubled now, as you have said, from around 11,000 in a few months ago to around 22,000 now.
And there was already concern around 11,000. So you're saying this is based on retrenchment notices, basically companies looking at restructuring. And of course, it also comes after previous restructuring. Anglo has been restructuring for a while. Do you agree that a jobs bloodbath is coming?
Well, of course, we agree with that. It's not going back. Instead of reducing, it's going up. In fact, even the deal between Sibanye Gold and Lonmin doesn't bring more hope that those jobs will be saved.
You're accusing mine bosses here of trying to overthrow the government. You said that today. But when you see losses like we have seen, we were reporting earlier, Glencore losing 70% of its market value this year, surely their hands are tied. Do you have any sympathy?
Well, we do have sympathy because without these companies, we won't have jobs. But at the same time, whenever they experience financial problems, the first thing they think of is retrenching the very same employees they expect to have sympathy for them, instead of coming up with ways to avoid huge job losses, like maybe giving workers 3 months unpaid leave, with the hope that after 3 months the commodity prices will have recovered. They don't even think about that. Once they experience problems, retrenchment.
There is actually a plan, however, government stepping in, talking about maybe upskilling workers who do lose their jobs in the hope that they can gain jobs again. But we do have a new mining minister announced after that deal. How are you feeling about those ongoing discussions, the mining in Daba that's coming up? Can we do anything, or are we helpless in the face of this tsunami?
Well, for now, with the change of guard at the helm of the DMR, we don't see that it will scupper the attempts that have been made to save jobs, because it's only the minister that has been removed. The DG is still there, and the whole lot of officials who are aware of what plans were being made before the minister was redeployed somewhere.
Okay, so you think that those plans could still save some jobs?
We still have faith in those plans. We believe the minister will not unnecessarily deviate from that route.
We have to talk about the possibility of a strike in the gold mining sector. However, what do you say to analysts, mine bosses, the ones you are accusing, who say that labour needs to step up? Because if we have another protracted strike, then we are sort of announcing the death of the mining sector, especially in gold.
Well, I can assure you that the NUM is not willing to see the death of this industry. However, a strike is the only weapon we have as workers, is the only power we have as workers. However, that does not mean we are going for a strike. It's a given. We are going to get a mandate from our members as to whether we go on a strike or not, I think on Thursday.
How are those discussions going? What's happening right now? Are you going out and speaking to workers? How does this all work?
We have been seeking a mandate from our members. In fact, When we left the CCMA process last, we agreed as NUM that let's take whatever offer is being put on the table, go and sell it to the members. It's up to the members whether they accept it or not. If they accept it, good for us. But if they don't accept it, that would mean protracted negotiations or even a strike.
Are you selling it, and are workers showing a positive response?
Well, the outcome of those mandate-taking processes are embargoed for now, because we don't want the Chamber of Mines to hear through the media as to whether we are going on strike or not. We have to say it to them on Thursday. Okay,
fair enough. The Chamber of Mines has been saying that it wants agreement from all the unions. So even if your workers agree to this, AMCU's workers may not. How are you feeling about that, this preference for lumping all the unions together?
Well, so far it's only Sibanye Gold that is talking that, and we are not going to be held to ransom by any other party. If our members say sign for the deal, that's it. We'll take and implement our members' mandate.
All right, thank you very much. I think I have time for one more question, and I do just want to ask you about the garnishee orders, because before that previous protracted strike on the Platinum Belt, we heard about miners in huge debt. One positive sign for me was that the companies themselves said, we're going to fight garnishee orders, we're going to help workers with their debt. Do you have any sense of efforts like that, previous efforts? Are they working?
Well, all parties embarked on a process of helping employees not to indebt themselves to the extent that they can't get out of that. We have a project in the NUM called Project Capella, which educates our members on how to manage their finances. The mines on the other side also have such a program to teach their employees as to how to manage their finances. We believe that is yielding results, because mine workers are not that much indebted.
Good to know. Thank you very much for your time, David Sipunzi, NUM General Secretary. So let's